Everybody, welcome to the Game Brawl. My name is Shadez, and today I'm going to be tank rushing on Halo Wars. This is going to be a strategy guide sort of thing. So if you want to see more of these, I have a couple more strategies I can show you. But anyway, this is going to be a rush. 1v1. I'm playing a normal AI. I just saw a no trickery. He's gonna slew or something like that. A big vocabulary word. But anyway, I am on Blood River, which is a DLC map, and I like it because there's a lot of supplies. So this is a rush. So be quick, quick, quick. So starting off, you're going to want to build 3 supply pads. Now these will be heavy supply pads if you're foraged, and you should be foraged for this tank rush. This is called a canister shell tank rush, by the way, because the tanks will have canister shells on them. So this tank rush is basically like the normal just tactic. I learned this a long time ago, but anyway, just make sure you have your supply pads building, and right away take your Warthog and go get supplies. I mean, God gave you that Warthog, you have to use it to your best abilities. And you know, right as you get enough, 225 I think it is for another heavy supply pad, go right back to your base. Keep an eye on your resources and just know when you need to go back to your base and build those supply pads and reactors as quick as you possibly can, because this will give you the best time on how you get your tanks out. Now, I'm going around here. When you're looking for supplies, look in blank spots on the maps. If you know where the supplies are, that's great. I really haven't played much on this map, so I didn't exactly know where the supplies were, but I just went around between the bases, looked for blank spots, and you know, I came across a lot. There's actually a lot on this map. So yeah, make sure you do that because that's very important. Now, a strategy that is good for getting supplies is immediately go to the other team's side and start taking their supplies first, and then just work your way back to your base. I didn't do that in this video because I kind of forgot, but you know, it's a good strategy to do, because then you get all the supplies and they'll be all running around looking for supplies on their side. But anyway, right as I get 400 here, I upgraded the fortress, and I did already, once I got to 250, I did already buy that reactor in the back of my base. Now, you don't really need the same base structure as me as far as where the buildings are, but I would advise it a whole ton, just because it protects the back stuff a little bit more. Stuff in the back should be protected a little bit more, so you put all your good stuff back there. So I'm getting close to 500, and I should go buy that reactor. Okay, there I go. So I basically just need 2 reactors. Once I get to 500, once I get to my 2 reactors and I get to, what's that, 150, I will buy that vehicle depot and we'll be getting on our way. So I'm still gonna go scout around, looking around this map for supplies. Very important. You know, make sure you look on your map too, because if you go past one, you don't see it, like I just did there. You'll see little blue blobs on your map, and that'll really tell you where they are. So, of course, I'm just waiting for this second reactor to build. Now, this tank rush, we'll get tanks out in about 6 minutes. Around 6 to 7 minutes, you should have around 4 to 5 tanks out already. And, you know, that's what a rush is. A good person who rushes will rush with 4 tanks. I usually rush with 5. And I advise doing this. This will work all the way up to heroic AIs. Legendary is just a little bit too legendary, and in legendary you actually probably get rushed before you can actually rush. So, you know, I wouldn't really do this for legendary, but it's a good way to get tanks out fast. So if you still want to do it, then go ahead. So I'm gonna upgrade. Make sure you upgrade this middle reactor in your base, because that's the safest spot for your double reactor. And once you upgrade that, you're just gonna wait it out for that reactor to build, or for that reactor to upgrade, I mean, and for the vehicle depot to build. So once I get around there, I think it's 400. See, I just heard vehicle depot, so 400. And right as I do, buy canister shell and recycle your single reactor. Now, that's important because we're going to be double pumping, so we need 2 vehicle depots. That means wait until you get enough, which is 150. Build that second vehicle depot there. I was a little slow on that, but you know, it's alright because I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting a lot of supplies, and I have a nice flow, and everything seems to be working out good. So my first vehicle depot there is upgrading canister shell on my tanks, which is about halfway done, as you can see. Now my second vehicle depot, what's that going to be doing? Oh, that's going to be buying my tanks, and that's almost complete, and I'm just waiting it out, and right as it builds, buy that tank for 500. Tanks take a while, so it's better to be double pumping for rushing. You can also do this with like instead of building that second vehicle depot, you can build a barracks and get Spartans out and do Spartan tanks. But I prefer to just get regular tanks because I think power in numbers is a little bit better. So once I get canister shell trained here, I immediately bought another tank to be training. So this tank is the first tank I built is probably around almost done right now, and my second tank is probably about halfway. And I have 500, which means I have enough for another tank. So right as that first tank trains, go and train another tank and set your waypoint. If you can see it right there on that bridge, set your waypoint for about halfway through the map, just so when your tanks train, they get halfway through the map and you start taking area in the map a lot quickly, and it'll really put the pressure on your opponents, especially if they're scouting you. They'll see that you have tanks. I mean, that's not good if you get scouted out and found out that what you're doing is you're rushing and stuff, but you know, it's alright. So as you see, I am still going around with this warthog looking for supplies, and I'm pretty sure the enemy has pretty much gotten all their supplies on their side, and I've taken most of the supplies though. So make sure you use your warthog. It's a really helpful tool. And I just go over up here for some scouting real quick, and I can see that they have gremlins and they're not doing very well in their base. They don't have any upgrade supply pads, so you know, they're probably doing it really slow. They are normal AI, so they're stupid. So anyway, I just trained my 5th tank that's going to be, and right as this tank trains, recycle that vehicle depot and immediately wait until you can build your 2nd reactor there, because then we're going to be able to upgrade our tanks, and you know, you want to upgrade your tanks. Because right now we're only on canister shell, and we need to get the power turret. Now, I would not advise going to grizzlies, because power turret scorpions are actually better than grizzlies. I know it seems kind of weird, but grizzlies do extra damage, whereas power turrets are a little better as far as regular damage. It's kind of hard to understand, but it works. So don't go past power turrets, trust me. Now, I built the 2nd reactor, and this is the time to build turrets if you want to. I mean, right now we don't have that much base defense at all, but you know, it's a rush, so you're putting all you have out there for offense, and that's the risk that you gotta take when you're rushing. So yeah, that's all you really have to do. That's my 5th tank coming in, so I decided to go ahead and attack here soon. I would attack right as a good rusher would attack when you have 4 tanks, because it's really quick, and this is about 6.5 minutes in, I'd say. So I'm attacking with all 5 of my tanks up here in the front of their base. Make sure you take out their any troops they have. I mean, and the only thing you'll have to worry about a lot is air vehicles, basically because air vehicles are good against vehicles. So anyway, a good strategy for taking down bases is move right to the back of the base and take down all the good stuff, or wherever the reactors are. Always go for reactors and go for training stuff first. So reactors first, then any buildings that train units such as barracks or vehicle depots or air pads. So once we get going here, as I can see, I've already taken out one of the reactors, so their stuff's going to be coming slow. My tanks have already started auto-locking onto that supply pad, so I'm just going to let them kill that, and then I'm going to make them go back there and kill that 2nd reactor, so that shuts down mostly any training that they can do. Once I'm done with that reactor, as you can see, canister shelling it really helps. That's why canister shell tanks are really good. Oh, and if they train any units in this time that you're attacking, make sure you have at least some of your tanks to go and take them down, because we don't want any units attacking us while we're doing this. And you know, right as I am now, I'm pretty much in the sweet spot. There's really nothing they can do to stop me. So, I mean, I pretty much already won this game, really. You just have to finish off this base. But remember, if you're playing maybe a 3v3 or even a 2v2, you probably won't be rushing unless your whole team's rushing, because then you'd be pretty vulnerable at the beginning. So I advise just doing this 1v1s. You can do 2v2s too, and only up to heroic AIs. So as you can see, always go for the buildings around the outside first, because that makes the whole of the base a lot weaker. And just take out any units they have, nice and easy. As you can see, now I'm upgrading my power turns really slow on that, but you know, if I'm already winning, I basically already won, so there's not really a point. And just finish this base off, and there you go, guys. That's how you tank rush on Halo Wars. Make sure you guys use the strategy. It's very, very helpful. And thanks for watching. I'll do more of these in the future, but for now, make sure you guys subscribe and like. And I have been XL Shades. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.